Hello, once again, my class 11 students. I welcome you all in the series of video lecture on fundamental right. Today, I will talk about cultural and educational right. Article 29 and 30 of the Indian Constitution provide us cultural and educational right. The cultural and educational right is can be said as the minority rights, but here I want to mention that in constitution nowhere minority word is written. So as per article 29, any section of citizen residing in the territory of India or any part there of having a distinct language, script or culture of its own shall have right to conserve the same. मतलब कि भारत में रहने वाले कोई भी नागरिक अगर उनकी भाषा वो अलग भाषा स्क्रिप्ट बोली को अपनाए हैं तो वो अपने इन भाषा बोली स्क्रिप्ट को प्रोटेक्ट कर सकते हैं. देन नो सिटीजन शैल बी डिनाइड एडमिशन इन एनी एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशन मेंटेन्ड बाय स्टेट फंड ऑन द ग्राउंड ऑफ रिलीजन, रेस, caste, language, etc. तो we can see that article 29 protect culturally the citizens and they can protect their culture and they can enjoy their culture. Then now we will talk about article 30. Article 30 says that all minority that whether based on religion, language, shall have right to establish and administer educational institution of their choice. Clause 1A said that in making any law providing for the compulsory acquisition of any property of any educational institution administered and established by a minority referred in clause 1, the state shall ensure that amount fixed by or determined by under such law for the acquisition of such property is such as would not restrict or abrogate the right guarantee under that clause. Then the article 30 also says that the state shall not granting aid to any educational institution discriminate against any educational institution on the ground of minority, on the ground that it is under the management of minority based on language or religion or any type of minority classification. So that is all about cultural and educational right. Now we will talk about the last right, that is right to constitutional remedies. And here I want to mention that right to constitutional remedies is considered as the heart and soul of our constitution, heart of and soul of fundamental right. Why? Because the right to constitutional remedies, it protect us from right to constitutional remedies protect the people from exploitation, and if anyone's right is damaged or exploited by any institution, then we can move to the court under this right against constitutional. I want to mention that right to right to constitutional remedies is explained under Article 32 and 226. This right contains various writs to be issued by the Supreme Court of India, where all enjoy Supreme Court and High Court from time to time. So the first writ is writ of habeas corpus. We have to understand that what is this writ of habeas corpus. We the under the writ of habeas corpus, the court order that arrested person should be presented before it, and court can order to set free an arrested person if the ground of arrest is not lawful, or if the ground of arrest is unlawful. Then the second writ is mandamus. The mandamus, under the writ of mandamus, it is said that when the court find that the particular office holder is not performing his or her legal duties, thereby he is infringing on the right of individual, in that case this writ will applicable to that office holder. Then provision, it is issued by a higher court to lower court. मतलब this writ is issued by judiciary for judiciary on considering a case to go beyond its jurisdiction. Higher court order to stop the proceeding of certain case. Then Q warranto under the writ of Q warranto, if the courts find that a person is holding an office for which he is not entitled to hold that office, this restricts that person from acting as an office holder. And the last is certiorari. The court order a lower court or another authority to transfer a matter pending before it to higher authority or higher court. So by this way we can say that right to constitutional remedies protect the right of the fundamental right of the citizen, and it is the rights which maintain the real spirit of the fundamental right. So that's all for today's chapter fundamental rights, and in the next video we will study about the directive principle. That's all. Thank you.